Hello there. Welcome to my views and news. Thanks for watching the channel. Three news stories. First one is about the conflict in the Amhara region. Amhara regional government has taken a decision. 24 hours ago, the government gave a 7-day ultimatum to Fano fighters. After that, a new decision taken this morning. Hundreds have been released from a prison. Government took this decision earlier today. Secondly, Egyptian military presence near Ethiopia. Egypt has long been making efforts to have military presence near Ethiopia. Ethiopia trying to keep Egypt away from its borders. It seems that Egypt has indirectly gained a foothold, military foothold close to Ethiopia. Thirdly, tension between the UAE, United Arab Emirates, and Sudanese government, Sudanese military continuing. Some strong statements expelling of diplomats. Now another action taken by UAE's government. Firstly, viewers, Amhara regional government has taken a new decision about the conflict in the region. In last night's live chat, I discussed in detail the reason behind new decisions being taken by Amhara regional government. Yesterday, regional government announced a 7-day ultimatum to Fano fighters. Amnesty will be granted to those who will surrender in the next 7 days. No charges will be filed. And community elders will receive those who will surrender in 7 days. Then they'll be shifted to rehabilitation centers. They'll be issued demobilization certificate. They'll be given money, jobs too. That is what is being offered by regional government. After 7 days, operation will resume, or you can say operation will continue against remaining Fano fighters. It was announced yesterday. Now, another decision taken by regional government is that it has released hundreds of prisoners. Since earlier this year, we have been seeing arrests, large-scale arrests in the Amhara region. We can say arrests started last year. Last year, when government decided to launch a crackdown on Fano groups, to disband Fano groups, we saw start of arrests. Journalists, activists, political workers, Fano supporters, all were arrested. Thousands arrested since last year. Those who were supporters of Fano, those who had sympathy for Fano, and they were in top positions, whether they were journalists, activists, workers, they were either arrested or sidelined, or they had to flee the country. Now, when the government is offering olive branch to Fano groups, it has taken a decision that it has released hundreds of prisoners from different prisons, reportedly. 300, around more than 300 have been released this morning. These are not active combatants. These are not Fano fighters. Some could be Fano, but they are those who were key figures, who were seen as supporters of Fano, like Colonel Alabel, former police chief, and some other top men have been released from a prison. Obviously, it's a message of goodwill from Ethiopian government, from Amhara regional government, that it is offering the olive branch to the Fano groups, that it wants peace to prevail in the region. It wants talks to start. Government believes that it is in a strong position, that it has struck some decisive blows to Fano groups in recent drone strikes. Drones are definitely changing battlefield balance in favor of government forces, but it's too early to say what is going to be the final outcome of the military operation, air operation against Fano fighters. But drones are hurting Fano fighters, and government believes that this is the time to offer peace to Fano groups, and that maybe Fano fighters could surrender. That is why these prisoners have been released. But we have to wait. Let's see how many listen to government's call and surrender. We'll see in coming days. So far, around 300 prisoners released by the government, including Colonel Alabi. Second, viewers, Egyptian military presence near Ethiopia. Egypt has long been struggling to gain a foothold, military foothold close to Ethiopia, keeping in view Egypt-Ethiopia tensions over GERD, etc. Ethiopia has been trying to keep Egypt away from its borders. Egypt wants to be as close to Ethiopia as possible. And Egypt tried to have a military base in Djibouti. And it has been in talks with Somalia's government. When Farmajo left and Hassan Sheikh took office after that, Egypt-Somalia relations improved. Farmajo, Abiy, Isas were on the same page. Farmajo had to go, Hassan Sheikh came, Isas Afwerki, Abiy split. New alliance emerged after that. Isas Afwerki, Hassan Sheikh, and Al-Sisi of Egypt, Al-Burhan of Sudan. This is new regional alliance, I believe. Now Ethiopia is being sidelined, it is being left out, and Egypt is definitely going to have a foothold close to Ethiopia. Egyptian military officers, military contractors have been seen constructing an Air Force base in Somalia. Pictures are being shared in social media showing Egyptian military officers, military contractors, building a military base, Air Force base in Middle Shabelle. Middle Shabelle is in, sorry, Middle Shabelle is in Somalia. And in Middle Shabelle, there is Vargadi town. This airfield is being built in Vargadi. Egypt is building it. Is Egyptian involvement to the extent of building the airfield, or will it have its presence there to militarily? That remains to be seen. But if Egypt is building the airfield, maybe it will have its presence there too. Egypt has succeeded in gaining a foothold, military foothold in Ethiopian neighborhood. And it's not difficult for Egypt to have military base in Sudan too, I think, because Al-Burhan and Al-Sisi are on good terms now. Burhan cannot survive without support from Al-Sisi and Isas Afwerki. You can say Ethiopia will have to be very smart in regional foreign policy. All around Ethiopia, Ethiopia is losing its friends. Number of friends is less than number of rivals, I would say. So Ethiopia will have to be very smart in dealing with its neighbors. Ethiopia needs, I proposed a few weeks ago that Ethiopia needs a change in its diplomatic staff when it comes to forming regional diplomatic foreign policy. Isas Afwerki is far ahead of Abiy. And not just Isas Afwerki, regional countries have formed an unofficial alliance against Ethiopia. Ethiopia cannot take a solo flight. It needs allies. It needs support of neighboring countries. So Ethiopia is being encircled, I believe. Ethiopia not in a position to make big regional moves, I think, militarily otherwise. Let's see, we'll monitor the presence of Egyptian military officers and military contractors. Will they just build the base and leave, or will they remain their position? That we'll see. Maybe Egypt will start training Somalia's Air Force, and that is how Egypt will have a foothold in Somalia in the form of trainers, military trainers. Thirdly, was UAE, Sudan, tensions continuing. You know that UAE has been supporting rapid support forces in Sudanese conflict. International community criticized the United Arab Emirates. And then a few days ago, we heard from Yasir al-Atta, a general of Sudanese military, calling UAE's government a mafia, saying that UAE was intervening in Sudan in support of rapid support forces. UAE responded. It declared Sudanese military attaché persona non grata. It declared his deputy also persona non grata. Cultural attaché of Sudan to UAE was also declared persona non grata. So diplomats from Sudan to UAE were expelled. But UAE is not happy. It wants to take more action now. Sorry. A Sudanese bank has been told to stop operations in the UAE. Name of this bank is Al Nilahan, and its license has been revoked. It has been given 3-day ultimatum to stop operations in the UAE. Sudanese bank. UAE is intervening in Sudan in support of rapid support forces. It does not want Sudanese military to speak. It wants military to accept UAE's intervention in Sudan in support of rapid support forces. Tensions continue.